let's do predictions quick while we watch this pistol unfold, because it's a default. Everyone's chilling. With these maps, we're going to go 3, no doubt about it. I'm going to leave ILLUMINAR 2-1, Scriv. And let's see the live odds before we get your prediction. Maybe that'll skew yours. That might not be fair, Scriv.
Maybe. Oh, okay. So relatively in favor of ILLUMINAR. You know what? I'm going to say ILLUMINAR, but I'm going to say 2-0, dude. Ooh, I reckon they've got something planned for Inferno, and that's why they're picking it. Either way, we're into the action here. They've taken some mid control on the Fate side of things. Up short. Information is definitely known. Blocker, though, being a distractionary play, it doesn't really matter. They were trying to catch the A site off guard. Not going to happen. Great spot from Snacks. And there you have it. Just like that, a 4v1, a 5v1, sorry, for Han, and a 5v0. Wow, okay. So domination straight out of the gate from ILLUMINAR. I suppose you and I, after making those quick predictions, are definitely feeling good about it. Yeah, incredibly decisive opening coming in from the Polish side.
That was really decisive, just in their positioning as well. Snacks isolating mid, realizing there's only one player, and he went up catwalk, and just patiently waiting for him. Veggie trusting his teammate in CT to jiggle and spot for him. Same with the stairs player. Veggie wasn't really bothered. He could just stay under balcony the entire round. And they clean house. Fate. Upgraded pistols, of course. Scriv gonna be seeing what they can do. Any pick, any damage. Are saying as it goes, any damage is good damage, but I don't think ILLUMINAR are in the business of giving anything away. These MP9s gonna start to jiggle for a ramp control. Snacks, we've seen him do this before. With that smoke in hand, right? Waiting, jiggling, peeking. He'll drop the smoke on contact, but it seems like Fate setting up for a bit of a B split. Couple players catwalk, perhaps. 3 towards upper B halls. Just looking for any favorable fight at long range.
Definitely just testing the water here, aren't they, in these early rounds, both these teams. Feel like if we were in a quarter, if we were maybe even in the semi, they'd love to just rush in, go aggressive in these early rounds, but it's not the case. Both teams playing very, very safe. Only at 50 seconds do we see the utility coming through. Nice pickup from Rallen. Oh, great little flash. Got to capitalize on this, and they will. And now Veggie is all isolated by himself. 4 players very quickly going to make their way over here, and he's missing the shots. Peeks into 2. And so well played by Fate to bait out the wide swing. And so many smokes on this bomb site. Look at this. The bomb goes down. 4 versus 3 on the retake. There is a kit available for Mouse, but they're going to have to move in quickly. And they are just so very isolated here. I think they're just locked out. I think they've done a solid job. They have to wait for the utility at the very least. Oh, Mar just going to save his teammate there. Mar coming in with 2. Looks like they might just have sealed the deal. Mouse staying alive, but there's not a lot of time to work with. He's got 2 more to find in the next 5 or 6 seconds. Okay, here we go. Nicky, though, has hidden at Get Right, not shown his position for quite some time. Going to swing out and gets the clean 1 dig. Fate will steal away the force buy.
Wow, just look how many players died back site for Fate. That was a commitment in all taking the fights together. And they did just that. It did come down to the 1v1, but they're able to isolate those players on site, swarm them, overwhelm them, and take it from there, Scriv. Those Pedeagles are truly deadly. And now ILLUMINAR are going to have to buy up what they can. Snacks gets the scout, but will elect to not go for armor or utility. As an M4 in play. Maybe peeking in towards window. Waiting upon an appropriate flash, perhaps. Instead, we'll wait and we'll creep as Veggie behind the smoke does have a bit of a crack, a bit of a gap to work with. He'll fall off and allow Rallen to fill in. Rallen doing a bit of a bait job here for Veggie, kind of waiting, seeing if anyone will push, but there's the M4. M4 goes down. Someone has to go recover it. Veggie does not get spotted. Gets the first. Can he swing for 2? That would be so big. Veggie's Deagle. He is a pistol man so far this game. And the scout tag on Nicky. ILLUMINAR getting close to doing it right back to him, Scriv.
This is what we wanted, man. This is what we wanted. Grand final feels absolute brilliant stuff coming in from Veggie in this round. 3K for him. 2 with the D, 1 with the AK. And he is playing his best Counter-Strike, that is for sure. Not asleep at the wheel, playing perfectly. Rallen just about fluffing the spray there. Almost finding the kill onto Han, but essentially setting it up in a 4v2. There you go. He peeks for it, and he will indeed find the final few shots. And now Nicky on 12 HP is, well, not having the best time. will fall to Veggie, who gets himself the 4K. An incredibly impactful round coming in from what we normally consider the supportive element of ILLUMINAR. But there you have it. Brilliant stuff. This first one, you know, he catches him sleeping. But Blocker, oh man, he's shaking. And Veggie just swings around with the clean Pika's advantage. Right eye peek. Everything working out for him there. And an immediate pause coming in from Fate. All right, this is what we like to see. They are definitely, as you would expect, with the money on the line, right? The lion's share of the 40K, as well as that boot camp in Malta. This is exactly the time to be playing things safe. And again, Fate, and we have seen ILLUMINAR, you and I ourselves, somewhat conservative with the pauses from time to time. But it is good to see that we're getting them out as early as possible and working things over. It's going to be a force up into this round. I'm not sure the entire team is behind this idea. Nikki seems to have bought up and everyone kind of following suit, but it definitely seems like he might have gone a bit quick. Yeah, I suppose Patrick holding on for the AWP, but still, this is a little unorthodox, maybe.
A little out there. Fate look to keep this going back and forth, don't they? Wanting to keep ILLUMINAR's economy honest, but sadly, ILLUMINAR's buys are perhaps a bit more chunkier than Fate were expecting, but more! Absolutely deleting mouse. Uh-oh. Don't tell me their Deagles are locked in for another round, Scriv. I don't know how much I could take of this back and forth. Everyone has rifles this time. There's no excuse. There's no MP9s. There's no real crutch. And they're giving room to Fate. They're giving respect. ILLUMINAR are out of information. They're starving themselves as well as just not peeking anything for that info. Rollin will see Nikki. It is just a front to bait out that molly. He'll communicate that over to the team. All the while, Arn gonna get cleared. Innocent, yeah, he realizes there's a player close. Gonna back up. Good job on the backup, but has to win this fight. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. And Veggie's gonna try to help. The nade will miss. And Fate are gonna reset and look towards A.
Snacks. Great spot for him. Ooh, looks away at the wrong time. He's got to be guessing right. Okay, it's all good. They're not expecting his angle. He gets the catch on one. Is that enough? At the moment, not quite, but of course, no utility. Innocent able to swing in, deny the AK away, pick up another frag. Oh my goodness, but they are so crisp right now on the Deagles. You've got to give so much respect to Fate here. They are really hitting their shots. 3 versus 2. In their favor, bomb going down. This is already a good round. This is already a return on the investment and so much damage being done. But with the CTs being split, it's actually kind of winnable. Han in a great spot here. Rallen ready for it. Oh, just gets the timing on him. Left on 3 HP. So Veggie's going to have to do so much work to get back into the site here. There's no real utility to utilize. And Rallen, he really wants nothing to do with this at all. Mar holding from default. Ring around the rosy, winding the clock down. Great touchdown nade from Rallen. It's all going to be on to Nikki. The hold coming in. Nikki going to peek out. Has to find a headshot, and Rallen saves the day. ILLUMINAR just pull off the retake. A massive 2v3, because that would have thrown them for an absolute loop early on. But they're able to just keep the devil away from the door.
Oh, they're so lucky that Fate can't buy here. This shot from Mar wasn't even fair. He hit some absolute crispy ones an entire round, start to finish. Good thing Veggie, as we said, is dialed in. He had the kit, and he gets full use out of it. A timeout from Fate. They're probably discussing, do we want to buy back, right? Because Patrick, he can buy an armor AK. Blocker can do one of 2 things. Maybe drop an AK, get a deagle toss to him. They could probably get 2 AKs out if they really wanted. But the more reality is, they're probably discussing how we're going to work picks with these Deagles, and then talking about rifle round, right? Talking about the next round. Sure, they may give 4 to ILLUMINAR, but with the damage they're finding with these pistols, you can never count them out. I'm not counting any team out this best of 3, no matter their buy, Scriv. And they're going to be looking for a little bit more damage with these pistols, but other than that, not a lot of punch. Some armor sets bought up on players who can afford to do so. And we can see the AWP has come out on Snacks. Maybe a bit early. A lot of people don't like ops coming out against pistols. I, for one, don't really mind it too much as long as you're playing relatively safe. But far too often we've seen players get aggressive in rounds like this, and that's what makes them lose it. Nikki, honestly, a second earlier, that might have found the head of Rollin, but not to be right now. Fate have a bit of mid control. waiting for that peek for Innocent, and a dink comes in. He's feeling testy. He's gonna try to get that nade out, and honestly, worth it. Good damage following it, but he has to be careful, Scriv. He can get pushed out of window room real easy.
Snack's also got to be careful right at this peak. Oh, could be ill-advised. Going to drop down, manages to find the first onto blocker. There's a good number of players coming in, though, and Patrick will cleanly find the shots. Mao's still alive, able to hold things down. Nicky, meanwhile, on short, looking to cut off the rotations. Not going to happen for him, and there you go. Still a couple kills, though. Nothing too crazy in that round. One of the more stable ones that we've had so far, but still. Damage being done by Fate, economy being kept modest. They do seem to have a good idea on Mirage here, as you would expect. It's a comfortable map for them, but some nice bits of utility and some nice set pieces and whatnot. It's just the economy has not been very straight for them so far. Now we come into, I would say, our first proper where both teams have had full buys. Great flash coming through. Innocent able to look away, though. There was two of them there as well. Mar dead to rights. I like the idea of the aggression, Keith, but it doesn't work out successfully in underpass. In middle, meanwhile, Blocker finds a quick headshot and might just be able to get a secondary if he plays his cards right. Too many bodies, though. Harden with the trade. It is a crazy, crazy start to this round. A 3v3 and very hard to tell who is really in the lead.
Yeah, isn't that an understatement? I agree. And well, there's an answer to who's in the lead with ILLUMINAR picking up that kill. Man advantage. But at what cost? Well, complete A control, right? Rollin spots Patrick going in CT. That's going to be the difference maker. Because this tells Rollin, if Patrick is willing to go CT, that means there's still someone waiting to come out A ramp. Innocent, pumping the brakes at the right time to slow down there. Will not get hurt from Harn. And ILLUMINAR have the best read you possibly can into this situation. Unless something goes horribly wrong, there should be no way for ILLUMINAR to drop this one. Nade in out of the sight. Harn's looking for a pick. On top default, spotted by Innocent, and they already know where Patrick is. He hasn't escaped. They have him stuck. Veggie is holding deep CT exit. Patrick's probably questioning why they're throwing so many nades at him, but he was spotted. And as the molly misses, it gives him some room, but Veggie's on the flank, and that'll clean it up. So ILLUMINAR can get an up and an AK out of this round. Big 3K from Innocent, and the information on top of it. That's just an Innocent round over and over.
Of course, the one to watch, like I said, been a little quiet in these early rounds, but certainly picking up the mantle into that one. Trying to calm things down for ILLUMINAR, as again, it is Fate unfortunately losing, but another close affair. It looks dominant from the scoreline so far, but ILLUMINAR really have had their work cut out in these early rounds, which I suppose is saying something. Credit to Fate. Force coming in, it's very loose to call it a buy. They've got the AKs, but that's about it. Harn goes down to a P250. I would have liked to see him on an AK, honestly. But someone's got to have the utility, I guess. Nice! Lovely stuff. That is a great bait, in fact. They threw that early smoke. I'm sure it gets traded back, but they threw the smoke, expecting the boost to come in, and they're ready, countering it. Absolutely brilliant stuff from Fate to give them an opener. The question now remains, will it be enough? Like we've seen, the trade came back in very, very quickly. They kind of have mid-control, but they're not really sure. So unfortunately, although a big brain play, might all be in vain.
Uh-oh. Just look how spread ILLUMINAR are, though, Scriv, right? They have someone in Palace, sure. Mao's deep CT. No eyes on what's going on towards jungle, catwalk. A lot of points where ILLUMINAR could get in trouble. A lot of faith on Mao's with this angle. He gets the first, still living. Doesn't expect the second player to be close. And that's when Mar will strike. They're expecting Snacks. Nicky's holding this. Snacks so quick on that op. Does he find the planner on top of it? Does not spot the backside of the planner. Mar, big fight, round deciding, and he'll fall, and Snacks somehow wallbang edge on a blocker. I think that was probably underneath balcony. Filth. It was. ILLUMINAR code is 6. Snacks is dialing in the op. Innocent's performing. Veggie's up there. Oh man, the only thing I could top it off as Hellcase. Malta V, and I believe the other one is Malta V15. 15% refill bonus, hundreds of cases, giveaways all the time. It is a case opening site to be, and thanks to them for partnering. Malta Vibes, they're the boys.
Well, Fate bringing it back to the Counter-Strike. Unfortunately, a tough time for them, you have to say. Nicky, timing doesn't work out for him, so there's a few things for Fate that certainly could be going their way. And it's going to feel rough to be on the losing end of situations like that. Come into this round with a decent enough buy, definitely workable, but still not perfect. They are always one step behind, as it were, from the get-go. Just walking out A here. Nicky making an awful lot of noise. Mao's going to peek in off the back of the flashbang. He is trapped. He is dead. That's right, surely. Yep. Goes down. Not even able to find a single frag. Snacks as well. Going to be tagged up minute. Oh, my goodness. Innocent, though, coming in with a double spray down through the smoke. Okay. Beggy from short. These two players are not missing right now. And just like that, Fate, any chance at the round seems to have been thrown away. But Innocent getting a bit greedy, perhaps, and gives Mar the chance to pull back into this round. Bomb gonna go down, and they're able to back away. Snacks low HP, Mar tagged up certainly, but Snacks cannot afford to miss. They have a kit, they have utility. Oh, they need to find the shot, so the timing is absolutely perfect for Rarlan. Nade comes in, brilliant stuff, tagging hard down to 48 HP, making life a hell of a lot more doable. Flash comes in as well as he's going to try and cross here. Snacks has fallen, but Rarlan playing things brilliantly here. Just needs to bait out the shot or make his way across. And now trying to defuse in the smoke against an AWP who is inches away, so very close, but not able to find it. His angle completely off. Might even get the kill here, he does. Rarlan coming in with the ninja defuse, and ILLUMINAR get the 7th. Again, Fate cannot catch a break, Keith. They are so angry, so frustrated, coming so close. But ILLUMINAR every time just take it over the line.
Let's do a bit of a thought process, right? Let's say Fate win, I'd say probably three rounds in those clutch situations. They're up to 4. Like, if ILLUMINAR down to what? I'm not good at math. 5? Right? Well, actually, it'd be 4. It'd be 4-4, Scriv. Like, yeah. That's absurd. That Fate, in fact, I'm this close so many times and just cannot pull it over the line. They're getting the entry frags. They're getting to the site. Mar is doing everything he possibly can, up to 10 kills, topping the server. Just cannot close out the rounds. Innocent and Veggie, those two guys have been popping it right back all the time. And this A site, they know they can get out. They're getting the kills. But Snacks has just been a monster. Dancing around Palace, right? Opening picks like that. Now what do Fate do? You're forced into this execute.
Magical. Absolutely magical stuff. Snacks peeking out from triple. Not dealing with him fast enough. Ooh, he does miss that shot, but should have done the work for the round already. Innocent in to help out, but does Snacks really need it? Nah, not really. Blocker the only one left, and well, there's 4 CTs to get through. Not going to happen for him. Beggy getting a little bit of a frag for himself, getting in and amongst the fun. But yeah, Snacks, nothing too flashy here, just nice and consistent. Does miss that one, which is maybe easy for him, but he makes up for it. It's all good. That flick's pretty nuts. And ILLUMINAR, unstoppable on Mirage. This is maybe a little bit what we were expecting coming into Mirage. Inferno's certainly going to be a different tale, one would think. Not sure if, you know, ILLUMINAR feeling a little bit invincible or just limit testing with picking their permaban in the grand final. I think you can see why though, mate. Innocent just, you know, yeah, blocker 1 and 10, and he'll be bowing out. See you in the next round, mate. See you later. Thanks for trying. It's not his day, is it?
No. What is cool though is I feel like over the last couple months we've gotten something that I bet VP wish they had, right? A consistent Snacks. Someone who's played to the level we know he can consistently. And it's funny that it takes the op role change to really make Snacks consistent. Not only on the op, but when he has rifles, he's equally as good now. So a bit of a change in teammates and environment. It's made all the difference And as a Biancher falls, Veggie gonna be flashed off. He's gonna have to just play for retake here. No one is flanking. He'll just hold for now. And this retake's oh so important. Snacks, he could get caught off here. Nikki has perfect timing. Snacks needs help. He could fall. Is Mouse gonna get here in time to hold this? Is anyone gonna clear this? Kill for Nikki. Here he comes. Oh, the dink with the M4, but not the kill. And just pistols remain. The big M4 they had falls, but Patrick Stiegel looking to double in, trying so difficultly though. Through this bench, he connects again. Snacks will fall. It's all on Mar, and Mouse will connect. He picks up the op and gets 2. The absurdity of this round does not escape me, but ILLUMINAR do not let it slip away either. They'll get to 9.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. So many things in that round. Of course, we're going to see the Deagle here, because, I mean, rightly so. Some nasty shots coming in from Patrick. But Nicky is the real linchpin, right? He plays it the way, technically speaking, he should. Maybe in a round like that, you need to take a bit of a risk, but he's expecting, right, the AWP's there, the rotation's going to... He's not going to be on his own. He's going to have a mate. They're baiting me. As soon as I swing, I'm just going to get one-tapped. Like, but, obviously, the information that we have available... He should have gone for it, and if he goes for it, I mean, that is so much control. It's such a big weapon taken down. You have to look to Mouse at the end of the round getting 2 kills on the AWP that he recovered. And if that's suddenly hard to do, it makes a massive difference. But it's just little things like that, right? Again, that's kind of the look of Counter-Strike, right? Sort of the RNG, as it were, the decision-making that unfortunately doesn't work in your favor. Bit of an execute coming in, though, for Fate. See if this makes a difference. From outside of A, definitely something that they've worked on here to get a player into window nice and quiet. He's in behind them. Looking to attack the A bomb site and keep the CTs henned in. Now, the thing is, they have no idea, you can see. Look at where they're looking at, right? They've got Palace control, but... Ooh, yeah, Snacks dead to rights. Oh, and Mar, patience. At play. Gonna knife him in the grand final? I mean... Might as well give it a go. He's got... Yeah, go on, Mar, lads. Beautiful stuff. Love to see it. Blocker going to come in with the kill onto Innocent as well. That's the A-bomb site fallen. Mouse now is going to have to go huge. Ah, and perfectly played. Great Molotov. Keeping him at bay. And I feel like with the bomb going down, he's not made noise. So, I mean, he could just go for the attack again. But 4 versus 3 with the bomb going down and, like, no information at all to work with. This is going to be so hard. Eggy coming in, of course, does not miss. Blocker going to get caught off as well, though, Keith. Again, ILLUMINAR can do no wrong. Oh, the molly going in as well. Going to push Patrick into an awkward spot. And surely Mouse comes in from above to take him down. Patrick able to just about escape. Another molly going to push him forward. So there you go. Now he goes down. Han as well. Oh, my God. ILLUMINAR. This is magical. This is absolutely magical. I don't know what they have done, what they have been practicing, or what kind of sacrifices to the CS gods they've been making, but this is so unbelievably clean.
Well, you remember that documentary. I forget who did it, but it was when they went to a tournament where NIP hired a witch. Remember? And then they cursed the entire tournament. They almost won it, right? Nip Magic. Maybe ILLUMINAR have dipped their toes into that. They've watched the documentary. They've taken some tips. But more importantly, I think they are playing some really good Counter-Strike. Not overlooking any angles. Utility usage on these retakes is prime. And Fate, you can tell they're rattled. A quick A hit. A backup emergency plan. Emergency exit. Mouse alive on the balcony. Support coming in from Innocent. Mouse is still going. He's still alive. And Harn will go down. ILLUMINAR have everything unlocked, from retakes and utility usage to quick A holds. Nothing will get by them.
Wow. The Polish scene. We've been talking about it for a while. So many great teams on the come up. Only a matter of time, and ILLUMINAR seem to be hitting that groove. We'll see. This is their map pick. Very confident map for them. They are at an all-time high at the moment as well. Great tournament across the past week or so. Snacks opening up. Knows what you're doing before you even do it. 5-on-4, just like that, Keith. Big nade coming in onto Blocker as well, opting not to take the fights. Veggie has got that B short, that catwalk on lock. No one can come in, no one can leave. Meanwhile, Snack's just not missing. This, oh my goodness. It's beautiful to watch, but you also do have to feel for Fate. Like, they have been very unlucky in some of these situations as well. Not just Illuminar playing really well. You know, there has been a few times where you go, Fate, if only you were a little bit here or there, to the left, to the right, peaked that angle. Definitely sucks.
1v1, right?
Ooh, yeah, 100%.
1v1s. There's Mar winning another. But every time they get a pick like this, I haven't been getting excited. Because somehow Illuminar come right back. Veggie, bomb drop. Rollin peeking off angle from sight. He knows there's someone towards Van. He drops the smoke, makes blockers like miserable. And the flash from Veggie. They're cutting them up like a veggie tray, Scriv. Not appetizing. And it's Mar alone. Is Illuminar really going to jump to 12? Is Rollin going to let his teammate die? He will, but he'll say, you know what, Snacks, I'll get you Rop. Not a big deal. You know what, actually, I'm going to hang on to this AK. Or Rich.
Can't buy AK.
Yeah.
Yep. That's an old adage from matchmaking this one time that I have. You know, wise man, round LEM or whatever I was at. I asked him to pick up my AWP and he said, no, can't buy AK. So, and he's not wrong.
Not wrong.
He's not wrong. So, I think that's the, you know, the methodology being applied there. It's like I should have got the guy's name because we've got the Bogdan's law, right? We've got to have a law for that.
Yeah. Well, here we go.
All quiet.
Yeah, it's definitely a little eerie, a little quiet. I mean, you just gotta say, again, Fate should have 4 or 5 rounds if they win a couple of these retakes, right? They hang on to some post plants. They're getting opening picks like that, and somehow the round escapes them. Innocent looking to just do what he does best and get 2 kills in response. Can he do it again? No. Peeks into multiple. Veggie has to fall back. 2 players still towards B, which means Snacks could be in some trouble. He'll smoke sight to give himself some room to hold connector. And Fate can continue to just wait. Give some time to blocker. Now they're going to go. They're going to start to move. Flash from A-ramp by Patrick, perhaps. Snacks just needs to get 1 to get the ball rolling. Mar's about to peek his head up. Good timing on Snacks to get out of there. And Veggie will find blocker. Now these members of Fate have to go. Snacks in CT, trying to pre-fire him off the angle. Snacks with 1. Does he expect them close? He does! Does Snacks keep going? No. Finally put down. But Rollin is close CT, not expected. And just like that, it's Harn alone. Has to 1v2. He's at least found Veggie and will get the plant in, but Rollin's walking out. Does Harn expect this? Does he clear close left? He does, and Fate will finally win a post plant. Finally get a clutch over the board. Get that number 2 beside their name, but man, it's probably bittersweet.
Yeah, I think so, right? Oh, love to see it again. Absolutely love to see it again. But yeah, I think a little bit of like pushing things to the limit that I've said from Illuminar, right? The push into Palace with the flashbang. Does it go deep enough to get around the corner? You know, they're checking all that kind of stuff, and it's just not the case. Late push in, does that work? No. Okay. Get that in the little book, right? Maybe need some work, or we need to adjust that flashbang ever so slightly. I mean, 11 rounds in a row from them. And then this is just salt in the wound. They lose 1 round when they've already got a 12-3 half secured, which is really good, by the way, if you are perhaps new to the esport. And then they take a pause. Although we do seem to have a bit of a technical in here, so maybe there's an issue on the Illuminar side, and they called attack instead of a tech by accident. Hopefully should be getting things sorted nice and quick. But you can just see from Fate as well, you know, that comes so very close all the way down to the wire, right? They've got a Mac 10 into this round. They've got an AK with no head armor. The A1S especially will be absolutely loving that with the long-range accuracy and the low fire rate to perhaps transfer across. And he also only has 1 flashbang key, so definitely not having a good time. Han on the AWP, meanwhile, he's got 5 frags. Not that he's all the way down towards the bottom end of the scoreboard, of course. There are a couple players below him and 1 not too far away. Mar seems to be finding a decent amount of frags, but, folks, this does tell you how important those impact frags are. It's not necessarily about how many, it's kind of about how and when. and what you do with them. We have seen him in multiple rounds just kind of lurk behind and whatnot, be a distractionary player, because he's kind of the only one that they can trust to work on his own at the moment. But often they struggle to capitalize on the frags that he finds. So certainly frustrating for Mar in that sense, that his team are not quite there to back him up. But all the same, I mean, ILLUMINAR have just been looking very, very good, creating their own luck, using lucky things that happen to them to their advantage, and really squeezing, really wringing the most out of Fate. Either way, final round of the half coming in. Fate going to go for a bit of a quick play towards B. Perhaps a double pump here, it looks like. Han going for an early peek. Rallen, oh, he's got a world of hurt coming his way. He'll peek into them though. On, they've got nades out and everything. He almost picks up 3, not quite. Innocent good for 1, but Rallen can find them all here, and it looks like he will. The Deagle out. Rallen, unstoppable. The brick wall on the B bomb site finds the 4K. And his 17th kill of the half. The top fragger on the server. Stepping up in a big, big way. And look at this. The balls of steel to just go for the swing. And there's like 3 of them with nades out, man. They really needed to be more prepared for that peak.
Not ready for Rolland to go ham. 13-2. Oh my.
Whoa.
Look at that shift. Look, I knew it was coming. I knew it was happening, thanks to Bet for being a partner, but that is a shift and a half. Live odds, they do that. I said I did the doo-doo. ILLUMINAR doing the do themselves, Scriv. Some utility. That's gonna be, if I recall, a market window smoke. Fate, get ready, because your fate could be sealed with these Glocks. It's coming in.
Oh, Nikki holding it down though. Mar also chiming in, looking good here. There you go. B hit, nullified. Perfect stuff. Patrick has fallen, but a 4 versus 2 for ILLUMINAR to come back from, and Fate might just have bought themselves a little bit of time here. Snacks has got a USP, so need to be careful of that. Pushing into this A bomb site. Does have the bomb as well, so it seems like it was a classic you go B, I go A. And well, Snacks has not been missing very often. There comes the kill for Veggie, who as well has been so very crisp. Cast your mind back to holding down the B bomb site and essentially making it a no-go zone most of the half. Bomb plant coming in, so they've secured that at the very least. Gonna flash and try and get some control at CT. Veggie's got a couple to work with. Well, what do you know, there's no one over there, so they could definitely play this bomb cleanly. However, it's all onto Snacks. Got to find 3 quick heads. We've seen him pull off some incredible stuff with the USP in the past, but not going to happen here against Fate. 3rd round comes in for them, pistol as well, but the bomb plant for ILLUMINAR means they'll probably keep the pressure on as quickly as possible. I would be a massive fan of an eco and then a strong buy the round after. Rather than kind of throwing themselves into this, I would indeed just wait a little bit, maybe get some P250s here, but play the smart game rather than the desperate game, because there's no need to be desperate. You've got 10 rounds on your opponents.
Yeah, agree completely. But they're going to take a bit of a risk. I think it's just going to be the hero AK. Snacks willing to not get that off in the first rifle. I don't even know if he would have been close. I think he might have had enough to get another plant here. But no. Hero AK on Veggie, honestly, fair. Like, it's a hybrid of what we wanted. But as dialed in as Veggie's been, he's assuming maybe if Hamas is willing to take a face-to-face peek with him, and he was right. He gets the fight he wants. And I wonder if this is going to change how Fate's playing. Do they see that AK and immediately think this is a force buy and get a little timid and start dropping their utility, right? Change up the way they were going to play into this round? As the AK is going to stay in Veggie's hands. Thought he might have tossed it over to Innocent or Mouse, but no, he'll hang on to it. And they have pulled 4 players to the B site. 4 retake A. If ILLUMINAR get a plant here, the golden next round. They're going to have a buy next either way. But if they get a couple kills in the post plant, get a clean entry here, bomb plant money, this is not bad for ILLUMINAR at all. Now, the one obstacle in the way is Patrick. No, he's not a star, but he is sitting in CT.
Oh.
Fucker playing around with Snacks. Here we go. And Patrick does go down.
Uh-oh. To be honest, AK still in play. Armor about as well if they can get their hands onto it. Not going to happen, though. So they do deny the rifle away at the very least. But the Deagles, gotta respect them, still in play. Rallen looking very good with his as well, finding a bit of damage here and there. Wow, Mar can't be losing that fight, my guy. Miles brings it down to a bit more of a doable situation. However, going to be on to Innocent and Rallen. The AK drop, the defuse coming in. He's awfully low. Going to take the fight outside of the smoke, though. And, well, I don't think Rallen will be here in time. And the body block is pretty successful. Nicky will eventually go down. Certainly some fluffed shots coming through from Rallen. But it's all good. A lot of cash taken away from Fate. And when they're on the comeback train, that makes life very difficult indeed. And like you said, bomb plant, money, baby. Easy money coming through for ILLUMINAR. And they'll get themselves a hell of a buy here. So Fate certainly going to have their work cut out. Okay. Interesting. Bit of speed from ILLUMINAR. Works out very well indeed. 5 on 4, just like that. Mar trying to go for the short play, and he gets punished massively. So, a bit of a mistake from Fate. Cannot be making those easy mistakes, to be honest with you. It has been a wild couple of rounds here. Mar's going to take a lot of damage. Innocent, though, ready for this push to come in. Blocker might just creep past him, though. Not going to be the case. Will take him down, and he falls. 5 on 3, sorry. Really not looking too good for Fate here. Patrick trying to do what he can, but it's just not enough. And the 14th looking all but secured for ILLUMINAR, and I think off the back of it, the game might just come with it.
Ooh. Harna's trying though, Scriv. Doing his best. No kit as we've seen. And very little, and by very little, I mean 0 utility. Nicky, desperate in need to win this connector fight. He doesn't even spot Innocent. He's playing so safe. I think he's going to start the walk down. Innocent spotted, pulls down, easy kill. Harn must clutch, and he doesn't like his odds, and he will not even be allowed to escape. 14 for ILLUMINAR. 2 more to get him to that magic number of 16. Just 1 more to secure OT. And as of right now, it is just Mar doing what he does, but it seems like ILLUMINAR have this locked in, Scrib. It felt that way probably since halfway of the CT side.
Yeah, to be fair, 11 in a row is a pretty decent result to work with. Yeah, definitely just looking to clean things up a bit prematurely here. Fate not ready for ILLUMINAR. The squad looking so good once again. I feel like maybe Mouse has been a bit quiet, but even then, had a good few impactful rounds here and there. Creeping in from underpass here, just looking to clear middle using as little utility as possible. Connector player, spotted out, mollied out. Ooh, Patrick. Able to just douse the fire. 2 Deagles coming in from short as well. Going to try and find some damage here, but Innocent. Cool, calm, and collected. Resets his spray. Patrick trying to be the hero, and he will pick up 2 and able to get away, actually. Nade going in is pretty big. Going to do a lot of damage. Takes down Patrick. Almost secures the second as blocker. I respect it, but not going to win that fight any day of the week. He was like 5 HP, and he kept on re-peaking. Hard to keep them away from 15, then Keith, and, well, he is on the wrong side of the map. There's also a player in the middle looking to pick up his 4th kill. His name is Innocent. And it does look like ILLUMINAR will get the clean 15th on the board and 11 map points to play with.
I hear that's a lot. Pretty sure that's a lot, actually. Looking really good, our ILLUMINAR. Everyone's firing on all cylinders. Innocent, a little rocky at range, but you know what? He avenges his teammates with a good nade and kill afterwards. I bet Patrick's a little rattled because that nade was technically nowhere near him, but he got the short end of the stick. And what's the buy from Fate gonna look like? Yeah, about the same. FAMAS, MP9, spread of pistols. And who else other than Innocent towards back top of mid? Look at it, cut them down once more. 1, 2 for Innocent. Yeah, he'll go down through the smoke, but oh well. Nicky, last line of defense on A. He'll get run over, and it's Mar alone, and we are gonna swiftly move into Inferno, Scrib. This is one of the quickest Marge games we've seen in a while. I think this is a speedrun any percents. About 35 minutes.
Yeah, goodness gracious me. Especially for a team like Fate where they play Mirage, it's not like it's a completely foreign map to them, right? If this was Inferno, let's say, and it ended this way for Fate, right? Dominant showing against Illuminar, if that's what our second map's going to look like, I don't think we'll be massively surprised because Illuminar don't really play it. You know, they're going for a bit of a risk, and you can see why, because they are on their S tier game. They are playing some of their best Counter-Strike, if not the best Counter-Strike that they've pulled out since this lineup came together. And it really, really does show. But yeah, Fate definitely getting rolled on a map like Mirage that's been around for a while. They're confident on it. Not the best map for them, but they definitely play it a lot, right? They've been playing so much Counter-Strike recently, so they've got a lot of experience on it. And only picking up 4 rounds in a grand final, maybe the pressure getting to them a little bit, and they're going to feel that that is ever so slightly unacceptable. And now, again, we talk about the mental. You've got to bounce back. You've got to be prepared for Inferno. So let's hope they've got their best game possible on Inferno, because otherwise Illuminar, well, they'll be securing the easy victory. They are looking, wow, so good. Yeah. So good. And this Fate side takedown alternate attacks, who we thought looked really good yesterday. So it keeps on moving up and up and up and up. And I think we've got some really great teams towards the end of the Malta Vibes Cup.
Yeah, it keeps on giving. And Illuminar haven't dropped a map. Can they continue that on to Inferno? They did beat Hard Legion on it today. I believe 16-9. Whew. So who knows what this one's going to hold. Hang on. When we come back, straight into the fire. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Malta Vibes. Woo! After a interesting Mirage, no, you were not seeing double. It is time for Inferno. And I don't even know, I'm a loss for words, Scriv, at how well Illuminar have been playing. Of course, Malta Vibes is brought to you by Gaming Malta, a home of gaming excellence. My name's Keith LaFortune. If you forgot, which you might, changed my handle recently. And Scriv, well, he's still Scriv and he's still here. So we're rocking, we're rolling right into Inferno. Scriv, thoughts, opinions? Do you think Fate bounced back? Is the story already written? What are we looking at?
I feel like if there's any map for them to bounce back on, right, Illuminar have given them the best chance to do that. It generally speaking, this is where the veto got a bit weird, right? It generally speaking is Illuminar's permaban. They don't play it. They don't play it. They don't really work on it, right? There's nothing to go off of. So maybe in the time that they've had in between the two, the semi-final and the grand final, or they've been saving it for a special moment, or they're just kind of limit testing how strong they really are at the moment. But I feel like they've got something planned. It does seem very, very odd that they would leave this open, right, by accident, if that makes sense. I feel like they do have something planned for it, because Fate, they have a pretty decent record on this map. And then train a map that they're both confident on. So, yeah, I feel like it's just a bit strange to me. It's very, very strange to see this. Maybe they're less confident in their overpass than they are in their Inferno. However, not a single player goes negative, right? We had Innocent and Rylan looking really, really good, but then Veggie and Snacks also having some great moments. So most of the team, very, very impressive. As you can see here, you know, we have Innocent looking very good, sick KD, got a lot of assists as well as kills. You know, he's doing everything right. And Mar sure had a fair amount of frags, but they just weren't able to capitalize on them, weren't able to utilize them properly. So to answer your question, long story short, I feel like Illuminar are just on another level at the moment, and if they have indeed worked on it, if they have got no clue what's going on, then it's not going to be easy for them. But if they have gone away and worked on some things here and there, particularly on that T side, right, and got a few executes in the back pocket, I just think their fragging power at the moment and their team play is, it is beautiful. It is so good to watch. And even though it isn't a map that they play, I still feel like Fate are going to have a hard time.
I agree. I think what made Illuminar and what set them apart on that specific map, Scriv, and you correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like it was their retakes, utility usage in those retakes and in standard rounds, and their ability to lock down sites and crossfires. Their T side was a bit of a breeze. Not much really went into that. But I feel like their CT side is really what pushed them ahead and over that point, right? Not allowing Fate to snowball, not allowing them to get in good post-plant positions. Their rotates were great. Their retakes were deadly. And Inferno, another map where you're going to have those good retakes, right? Going to have to be able to fight for that map control early, like in Mirage. These two maps have some shades of similarities, which makes me nervous for Fate. But then again, it's a map Illuminar only recently started putting back into their pool, right? They've played it today and beat Hard Legion, but it's no Fate. And Fate are really good on Inferno, so...
Yeah, it definitely, like you say, they've got that experience on it earlier on, but Hard Legion just trying to be sure of this fact, but I don't think they really play it an awful lot themselves. Yeah, it's not one of their favorite maps, right? They play it a fair amount, actually, but they don't really have decent results on it. Interestingly enough, beating Fate 16-3 is their most recent win on that map on the Hard Legion side of things. So maybe Fate looking shaky on the Inferno as well, up against another team that about the same, right? Play it a fair amount, but sub 50% win rate. That's what Fate's stats look like. And I feel like coming into this, that's maybe why Illuminar have picked it. Because it's like, okay, we've taken down this team. They're a little bit shaky on it. The work that we've been doing behind the scenes and scrimming here and there in secret against some of the other Polish sides has really been looking good. And now into finals day, it's our surprise. It's our pocket pick. It is our, wow, okay, not expecting that from them. And Fate might just have fallen into the trap. I honestly think they might have done. I hope for their sake that they're able to take it to 3 maps and make it super competitive and nice and exciting and all that good stuff. But I am honestly not sure. Looking at today, what Illuminar have been able to do, I just think they've got a plan. they have a plan for this map, and it may well not counter Fate's playstyle, right? They might actually come up against a bit of a brick wall, and because they don't have the super deep strat book here, Fate might be able to get the better of them, right? If Illuminar can't find success with the initial game plan. I don't know, man. I don't know. They're all looking so good and really hitting their groove. And as we've said, yet to drop a map. Fate are going to have to be the first to take it off of them and get the reverse sweep as well, which is just looking harder and harder and harder as things go on. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, sure. I mean, I've been having a little look here as well, and I just think it's somewhat wild.
Why did I do that?
Wild
yeah, why did I look?
From the Fate side. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Mar, good for him to being up there, but when you have a player on 7 kills getting 64 ADR and still being second in rating, that tells me one of two things, right? That tells me Patrick's kills are non-impact kills and their kills that are kind of cleanup kills. That also tells me that this team was just not winning their duels at all, right? They're getting half kills, barely any kills really around the board, not getting traded out, not getting those assists, not getting the good utility usage around them. Mar was really the only one with the Deagle and rifles to actually win those head-on-heads, and that has to change. There's no way on Inferno you're going to be able to contest Banana, fight mid, hold on to these site crossfires if you can't simply win your first opening duel. So everything has to change for Fate. Just looking at these stats, I think it speaks for itself. Innocent almost had a 2.0 rating, like nearly there. 128 ADR, positive 12. And if you look at the KAST stat, the KAST, if you're wondering what that means, it's, well, a percentage of rounds in which a player either had a kill, assist, survived, or was traded. So the higher that percentage, the better you're playing as a teammate. And that just rings completely true for Illuminar. Everyone above 80, which is really impressive and very hard to do.
Yeah, that's actually wild, right? And really does tell the full picture, the full story. Meanwhile, 60%, the highest on the Fate side of things, which is decent, right? It's still a positive rate for a couple of players, but most of them are half and half. So having some good rounds where they're working together as a team, having some rounds where they're just dying on their own, and that really does tell the tale and the full picture. And sure, it was definitely hard for Fate on Inferno, I have to say. Some of those early rounds, we talked about it quite a bit. Some of those early rounds were so unlucky, right? A clutch here and there, or a push into someone who was on their own that shouldn't have been, or slightly to the left when you're trying to spray through the smoke. There are a lot of moments where we can feel for them, whether you're a fan of the team or not. You definitely have to feel a little bit sad for them. But towards the end, Illuminar just able to pick them apart and use the fact that they had that luck on their side early on. They used it brilliantly to not only win the rounds, but then also to expand the lead massively. And it really did make a difference in the end. Hopefully should be getting into the second map here. I believe we're maybe having some issues. We had one of the Fate players drop out. Now we've got one of the Illuminar players drop out. They might be trying to sort the server out and make sure that everything is clean and good, as you would want, right? Grand finals, it's all to play for at the moment, and you may well be wondering what is all to play for. Okay, so obviously we have the 40,000 on the line in total, $40,000. First place is 25,000 keys. Second place is 10,000. So a difference of $15,000 is pretty big. Certainly going to make a difference, right? You're going to feel that in the wallet, and also that first place gets to go to Malta for a boot camp and everything, and it's a beautiful island. They have great facilities out there. I've been myself. I can attest to it, and I think it is going to be like a really good opportunity for some of these teams to have a bit of an R&R and also work on their game in a great environment, and a lot of what obviously Malta are trying to sell, as well as 25k. Nothing to shake a stick at, dude. It'd be nice. It'd be nice to have 25k for playing some Counter-Strike. That would be nice. If you and I could do it, maybe we enter next week. I don't know. What are you thinking?
Honestly, I think if we talk to the Malta Vibes guys, I mean, they might be okay with just moving us straight through groups and just giving us a semi spot, like kind of just like a surprise guest, maybe.
Yeah, just the two of us. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we can maybe get a couple others. I think Tea Time knows a thing or two. Maybe he can coach or play. Maybe we can get a couple of his teammates. I know their ping might be pretty bad, but we can grab a couple of them. I'm trying to think who else. I mean, let's be honest. No other casters are really good at the game. It's kind of unfortunate that we're not good at playing the game. It's
whoa.
I think you and I might be the only two that can actually compete at this level, Scarev and commentate. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Because I mean, look, Moses, what, 1.6? He hasn't touched a mouse and played CS in years. I mean, look, they're struggling out there. So I don't know. I think we're limited on our options.
Okay, so an update for you guys that we've just seen in the chat, by the way. Sorry to cut off our dreams of winning Malta Vibes Cup 4, but Illuminar are having a few issues with their internet. Apparently, switching to another provider. I'm not quite sure. Maybe the message, yeah, just sorting out a new internet deal and getting it all set up. I'm not quite sure. Maybe there's something in their facility, or
kind
they're
of sounds
changing.
like a break, though.
Yeah, perhaps. I'm not sure whether we'll be waiting for a while. I mean, everyone's back in here. I wanna say, touch wood, that we should be into the action quickly. I mean, like, honestly, guys, we want to get into it just as quickly as you do, to be honest. But there are a few issues on the Illuminar side at the moment. Trying to keep you updated. Again, when everyone's in the server, that's normally good signs.
Like, I'm assuming they have a second line, and they're just kind of like
for this exact situation,
swapping over. Yeah, that's my assumption. But you know what they say about assumptions? Something, horseshoes, hand grenades. I don't really know the saying. Right? Something about that?
I honestly have no idea. The one about assumptions is...
or makes an ass out of you and me.
Yeah. That's the one that I know.
Yeah.
Never heard of horseshoes and hand grenades.
There's something about horseshoes.
I know a lot of phrases, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You English do come up with some crazy sayings, though.
True.
Some crazy, not as wild as the Welsh, but close.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that is fair. But yeah, there's a few. They're a little hard to keep up with. A lot of them tend to be not very family friendly, to be honest.
Of course.
So I probably can't repeat many of them, but you can look them up. You can have a bit of a Google. Funny British phrases. I don't know. One of the ones that we always have, like, across the pond and all that kind of stuff is, I said touch wood earlier. You guys knock on wood, right? That's like
we knock on wood. Yep.
Same thing. It's like for good, to not curse the situation or whatever. But
do you have a saying if you want to go out boating and
No.
You don't know if it's going to be nice the next day?
Right.
It's like red sky at night, sailors delight. Red sky in morning, sailors take warning.
Yeah, I have heard something like that. Yeah. But yeah. All right, we're definitely getting to the bottom of the barrel here, so hopefully the game will be
We're talking about
soon.
sayings here, production.
We're just going wild. At this point.
We're stuck.
It seems everyone's in the dark at the moment as to how short it's going to be, right?
You know what? I'll sip my coffee since this is podcast mode. We're hanging out.
Yeah. Sure. But yeah, we're hoping to get back online soon as. I think they're maybe, like, everyone's in at the moment. I think they're maybe waiting on their coach to join, actually, because we've just had like
Actually, I can tell you something that interesting that happened near me recently.
Okay.
It doesn't exactly dox me, but whatever. I live near a canal. In this canal, there's boats that go up and down. It's one of the largest canals in the world with a bunch of, like, bridges and a bunch of, I forget what they're called, locks. That's it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, these two boats, one started cutting into the other's lane, and they hit. You never see two massive ships hit, but they did. They bumped noses or bows or whatever they call them. I don't really know. I'm not a boat guy. I just live by them. Doesn't mean I know. And it was loud, and there's a video of it, and everyone who lives by me is like, well, I've never seen that. That's amazing. Another time before that, a boat hit a bridge out here. That's kind of crazy. Like a lift bridge.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy out here in Canada. The wild thing is both captains apologized. So we really don't know who's at fault. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing maybe we have in common as Canadians and Brits. You might not think it, but Brits are also very, very. It's a classic. You walk past someone in, like, a supermarket or whatever, and it's like, oh, sorry, and, like, just both of you, like, even if you have clearly just whacked into them, the other person will apologize, and that is a very common exchange, as I'm sure you may well also recognize. Hey,
we have filled long enough.
All right. Hopefully, should be getting into the action soon as the knife round is about to get underway. Thank you for bearing with. As indeed, we were a little bit in the dark, so unsure whether we could have waited there or whatever. But, of course, We are into Inferno. ILLUMINAR, dominant stuff in the grand finals so far. Fate looking to turn things around here on their own map pick. But ILLUMINAR, it seems this might be, well, their hidden gem. The diamond in the rough. The knife round looking good for Fate, though.
Yeah, but Innocent has full health, so they have to both right-click him at the same time, Scriv. Innocent's trying to isolate 1v1 fights here. Oh, he almost did it. Almost pulled it off, but that's okay. Fate get a start on that CT side, of course. They're not crazy enough to start on the T side, I'd imagine. But you never know after watching Mirage. Maybe they're feeling a little wild. But with the entire event riding on this decision, I imagine they'll make the right choice and go on the CT side. They don't strike me as the out-of-the-box radical kind of boys. And we'll get right into this one. Now, keys to success for Fate for me. Getting your op online and having him be impactful. Mirage had none of that. Snacks was free to do whatever he wanted, never was challenged. He honestly could peek any angle and didn't have to worry about another posted op. He was free. Secondly, trading and spacing. Those K-stats, I want to see them come up. I want to see those tradings come out. I want everyone to hit at least 70% on the side of Fate, right? You can't afford to lose those solo duels like you were in Mirage and then it snowballs out of control. Secondly, closing out rounds when you get the opening pick. It happened plenty of times on that T side where they got the opening pick and could not close out rounds. So those are the factors to me that are going to kind of change the outcome of this. And I can't wait to see the live odds, Scriv, because I'm curious what they're going to look like. At the end of Mirage, I think we saw 1 to like 11. So, yeah. I think they're going to change a little bit here because ILLUMINAR have only played this map. This would be, what, their third time? So, in the last 3 months on HLTV. So I imagine it might be Fate's way, if not really close to even.
I'm excited. I'm excited, and I do hope for Fate that they are indeed going to bring the S tier game here. And Mirage is difficult, but at the same time, you just have to view it as a bit of a best-of-2 situation now, right? And a lot more doable for them in the best-of-2 situation. Very confident on Train, very confident on Inferno. It's a grand final, and as we touched on, there's a difference of 15k here. It's massive. Wow, okay. Interesting. Interesting. I mean, I think this would be about right for me. Fate, a decent team on this map. ILLUMINAR looked good on it earlier, but that may well be a fluke, right? That may well be an anomaly. They don't have a lot of substance behind the victory earlier on yet, right? This may well be a map that they've really worked on, but we don't know yet. Starting on the T side, though, I think is going to be difficult for them. Ooh, I like the nade going in, though. Patrick going to be tagged up. He just about dodges away from the shots. Was just jumping for information. Meanwhile, we've got 3 players moving into Banana. 4 players sat on the A bomb site for Fate. They're really sold on the fact that, you know, they're keeping players on the A site. And this could be a bloodbath indeed, to be fair. Mao's attention being drawn. No rotations. They're confident in their A holds. They really, really, really are confident in the fact that it's going to be an A play. Smoke going in. Is this going to draw them? Still dicking around on A. Nicky going to go for a peek here, trying to find some heads early on. Not going to happen for him. They're really trying to sell the fake. It might be a B wrap, actually. I don't know who's counter-stratted who. There's ILLUMINAR grouping up at A, feeling confident about that. Fate, however, no one really to help Nicky out, and help is not coming because they've got CT control. They are very slowly moving in with the swirl, with the wrap. And Nicky trying to take a passive position. He kind of knows it as well. Peeking into them, but there it is. He peeks into his death, and a 5-on-4 just like that. And now Fate, the A holds. It was a great idea. They were so adamant on the fact, and they came close. They'd have come up short instead of long. The round would have been theirs, but not the case, Keith. And here we are with Roland holding things down from behind, looking good. We'll find one, keeping Han at bay, who is that kit that they so desperately desire, and he will fall. Surely there goes the round, locked out of the site. They have no control at all to work with. Too many heads to find, so much damage being done. Maz with the 3 burst. And ILLUMINAR will get the pistol. Again, Fate, so unfortunate. Just one little thing goes their way, and they probably pick up the round.
Just look at this from Roland, right? He is the man, shutting everything down once again. He drops the kit player, and that's kind of where the initial problem began. And it just snowballed with these prolonged fights. Even Mao's getting the burst clock involved, because why not? A big pistol for ILLUMINAR to pick up. Fate gonna have to try to bounce back with a force buy, Scout, MP9, and pistols, and a push down mid. Rollins missed timing, but Mao's the double spray, even as the gumption to peek in towards that posted Scout. Nothing going Fate's way. I hope that's not the trend that's carrying over from Mirage, as Veggie will just swing into it. And wherever ILLUMINAR want to go, they know they have to go in numbers. Do not want to run into two players together. Mar, ooh, should be given a freebie here. He is. But look out. Rollins coming back, and that's the A site.
Nicky chiming in. That's actually an AK. Trying to get a quick headshot here, but I think ultimately we'll look to save this. So yeah, a nice little reward for Nicky in and of itself, but the round not quite as doable. Will be ILLUMINAR in with their second nice and clean bare minimum of 3. Yeah, I feel like losing the AK is somewhat of a mistake. Maybe the overconfidence, a little bit of cockiness after they were very dominant on Mirage. Very confident in themselves right now, and they do need to be careful to perhaps check that. Make sure that these types of mistakes in this round, it doesn't come back to haunt them. It might do in the next. It might do in the future. You know, they drop an AK at a good time and Fate are able to utilize it. Ooh, if he even survives here, I think he will just about. Okay, running into them there. That was awkward, but he does manage to survive indeed as the round ends. And the hero AK could make a difference. Certainly could make a difference. Keep your eyes on it.
Could it be that difference maker, Script? Nicky has a full set of utility behind it, which is always nice to see. And how are the pistols gonna bait for him? Try to set him up. That is the question. As Nicky will just avoid some of that damage from those nades. Go ahead and extinguish that molly, and now he's gonna be looking to fight. His teammate, unfortunately, does have a flash room, excuse me. Blocker does have a flash, so Nicky can stick around. The rest of Fate are stacked in towards his arch position. And just unfortunate, the one avenue ILLUMINAR can take to escape Fate's AK and the stack is through halls and in towards port. And that's exactly what ILLUMINAR do. Yeah, they missed the moto smoke, but they still have AKs primed and ready. I think Nicky's just gonna bail on out of this one. I'd like to see all the pistols commit, though. They need to find some damage. But at the same time, ooh,
wow.
At the same time, they can't feed these SMGs.
That's such a cool angle, you know. Because even though I'd like to see a bit more of it, even though it looks like a crack angle, I think when you peek out from Cubby, most players just tend to like chill there and look for a little while. Ooh, Nicky actually sticking around with the AK. Getting encroached on from the other side. Can have his knife out here and an easy pickup for Innocent. So there goes the AK and the one-tap potential into the next round, Keith. Huh. I feel like they should have grouped up and tried to get away with that, because dropping a Mac 10, who cares? He already found 2 kills. Like, Snacks is like, well, okay, I guess you've done me a favor. You've made my decision for me in this round as to whether I hang on to the Mac 10 or buy an AWP. Apparently, which is, of course, somewhat unseen on the T side of Inferno. It's not common at all. Maybe comes out if, you know, you are being ripped apart by an enemy AWPer or you lose a couple rounds and want to change it up. But straight out of the gate from ILLUMINAR, certainly unorthodox. We'll see what they've got with this AWP, though. Ooh, speed from Veggie, not able to find anything early on. Stays away from the nades. Miles does take a little bit of damage, but ultimately no harm, no foul, as the T side will gain banana control in the end.
Yeah, this banana is going to become a heavy point of contention. Now, a lot of trust in Patrick to hold this alone with an M4, considering ILLUMINAR have been willing to fight that banana consistently, right? So, a lot of trust in Patrick. And Fate just taking a bit of a stack, a bit of a risk. And as soon as Patrick uses that last smoke, watch, someone's going to start to posture for a rotate. I don't think it's going to be Nicky. but it could be. Because now that he's out of utility to slow them down outside of that molly, he could be in some trouble. He's repositioned so these nades will do nothing. But I appreciate the attempt from ILLUMINAR. And those nades signify one thing. Well, there's multiple players coming towards B, but it's up to Rollin to keep this fourth player here, and he's doing just that. I think Patrick's days here are numbered, Scriv.
Ooh, Rollin, gonna fall. Easy pickup coming in. Patrick, you said his days are numbered, but he gets a double kill. Veggie will eventually deal with him, but it looks like Fate might just have kept them at bay here. The bomb plant is coming in as the B-bomb site falls, and surely they don't lose this. Miles with a quick one. 11 HP for him. Tags coming in through the coffins onto Veggie as well. So left pretty low. They have eliminated one, and like I say, bomb plant, decent result in that sense, but they've got to win the round. They've got to keep Fate at bay, and that is certainly easier said than done, but they're taking a lot of time. The smoke dissipates. Miles finds another with the AWP, and now it's even. Peaks a bit too wide this time, though. Veggie the only one left. 1 versus 2 in at dark. Takes an early peek, drops one. Mar cannot mess this up. He doesn't have a kit available. Finds the headshot. Is there enough time? I don't think so. He's got to back away. They've actually done it. The 4th round for ILLUMINAR. 2v4 Fate. Oh, we can't be losing rounds like that. But ILLUMINAR, once again, this magical power they have from Mirage. They can do no wrong. Oh, Keith. It is painful to watch. After such a good opener and a double spray down from Patrick, Fate cannot convert. They are visibly shaken, visibly lacking confidence as they take so long to move in, and no one, wanting to flash through or play aggressive. No one wants to be the first player to peek. And the indecisiveness is their downfall in a massive, massive way. And I think, the mental, we talk about it a lot. It's really going to start to get to them now.
They have to be a little upset, right? This is not the CP side start they wanted in their map pick. They have gotten all the kills, just no time. Their B anchor player got the kills, but his rotates cannot clean it up. It is looking like the ILLUMINAR show. These guys are on a roll, on a heater, non-stop. Innocent peering in towards the B side. They'll see that smoke came from CT. Why do I have a feeling he's going to pre-fire coffins? I don't know why. I just have a feeling. But for now, everything's going to stay sane. 4 players towards banana for ILLUMINAR. Again, it's just Mouse being a distraction. Or Rollin, excuse me, being a distraction towards A. Just getting a kill now, which is huge. And as the deagle rings out from Patrick, he finds some damage for the execute. It's going to be halted behind the smoke until Snacks finds that shot. They can wait. They can go back. Really, they're in full control, Scriv. They don't seem worried whatsoever.
Like I said, they can do no wrong. Absolute masterminds right now, playing the best Counter-Strike. They are indeed riding on a high. Time will tell whether it's kind of the honeymoon period and all that kind of stuff, right? Whether it lasts or whether it's just a temporary high. But yeah, Rollin not missing, having an incredible series. 3K for him in this round. Not a single kill coming in for Fate, as ILLUMINAR get their 5th in a row. On the T side of Inferno, a map they don't play very much, right? The odds seemingly stacked against them, but they're just on another level. This is really cool to see, and for their sake, I do hope it continues. But that's kind of my next question. Not only within this game, but within the grand scheme of the Counter-Strike they're playing. And of course, I hope we get to see them again in future cups. There are multiple tournaments running at the moment that they can get involved with as well. So should be able to tell whether this continues. Fate, meanwhile, looking to answer the question within this game. Pull them down a peg or two. Oh my god. Miles, though, ready for Hahn. The aggression comes in. It's unsuccessful. Orp gonna go down early. He's 1-6. He was my man to watch, and he just has not stepped up. Blocker through the smoke, almost able to find Innocent, who just follows the traces, claps him out. 5-on-3 straight off the bat. Another buy round going south for Fate, unless the rotations, the player on the balcony in the form of Mar can stand strong. Nikki finds one. Utility keeping them at bay for now. Nice little nade to do a bit of chunk damage. Nicky's picked up an AK and he's in nice and close. Okay, brilliant stuff. 3 versus 3. Looking a little better here, Keith.
Oh, but Rollin's looking to bring it back. They know there's at least 2 more players here, don't they? Rollins gifted another freebie. They know the last player's here. Mars already gotten a kill. They can run B. Are they waiting for him to rotate out? Do they want to make sure they take him out of the round? I mean, Mouse is going to get prime timing. Didn't see him. And now they're going to be running B. Now they get the full sign of, yeah, maybe we should leave. But, Snacks finding a leave. Rollins sticks around too long. I think this is Illuminar getting a bit too big for their breaches. Sticking around a bit too long, Scriv. Snacks has played Mar, however. He is going to get the plant on towards B. Just, maybe that's Illuminar just wanting to be a little overconfident, want to try to drop the guns. Or maybe they really didn't know, but I don't believe that second line I just said.
Yeah. Happens though, man. They are just in a lot of ways, right? Very, very confident. Euphoric right now, I think, for them. Cloud9. All that kind of stuff. Oh, Mar making a lot of noise here as well. Snacks can just play the game. Oh, tap onto the bomb. Gonna go peek with the good time. Mar with a quick headshot coming in, but once again, no time because they've not got money, they've not got kits. Big question to my man Mar as to why he's not got a kit. I have to be honest. There must have been money available for him to do so, right? 4 kills, 4 times 300. That's only 1,200, so he would have had about $1,000 left in the bank, Keith. Why he ain't got a kit, I don't know, but it's just cost them their first round, to be honest. And Illuminar will once again get a little lucky to pick up their 6th in a row.
They're on a roll. On a roll like Sunday Tiger in that nice red shirt as he hits that putt for birdie 5 times in a row. That's what Illuminar have done. Looking fresh. As I expand my mind in other avenues like golf, my reference game continues to expand. But Mar, he has been the guy for Fate to try. He's kind of like the super glue, trying to keep this arts and crafts together.
Yeah.
And he's trying his best. It's just Illuminar, they are, like, how often have you seen an Illuminar member alone outside of Rollin? Doesn't happen. It's just, it doesn't happen. They'll leave Rollin alone, but then most of the time Illuminar play tradable. They play very close, high KSAT kind of mentality. And they're going to walk right into this B site. I think they're going to contact this. They're going to boost up Snacks, see if you can't find a pick. He'll jump off the wall and peek into CT, I'm guessing. Patrick could be in some trouble. Yeah, there's the jump peek. Man, my head is 5 head. And they bait out a smoke. That's all it takes. That's the last line of defense in B there outside of the actual players.
Oh, Rollin unlucky, looking the wrong way. And finally, Fate maybe get a bit of luck their way. Lady Luck is certainly watching, and well, it's been a little bit unfair so far in this series, but Fate being given a chance. An olive branch, a 4 versus 3 coming in. AK recovered for blocker as well. Oh, Han could get the drop on Innocent here. Leaves him low. Blocker going to drop Snacks, so certainly making life doable. Flash comes over the top. And Innocent somehow survives. Okay, he will eventually go down. A little bit weird that he lives even that long, but all the same, onto Mount, 1v4. Not going to happen. Fate, first round goes their way. It's a bit of a half buy. But Illuminar once again getting caught. Split across the map, I think. A little messy from them again. It really is. Hellcase, of course. Shout out to the guys. Always loving their support. Malta V 15. Get amongst it. One of the, if not the best case site out there. Got a lot of internal tournaments going on as well, so you can get in on that. Banner down below takes you straight to their website. Either way, Illuminar, straight in with a pause, Keith. Love to see this.
I mean, they're just fully committed, aren't they? They've built up an economy. They know Fate have a buy here, and they're thinking, do they have it up? Yeah, they got a couple AKs out of it. Yeah, they saved a few. What's our buy gonna be like, right? What are we gonna be looking at? And, well, it's not gonna be the greatest. It is gonna be those 3 AKs, the MAC-10. You can easily see that Fate have the more comfortable buy, but Illuminar, rounds like these are in their wheelhouse. Not out of possibility. Can they pull this out of their hat? I'm the only one wearing a hat, but maybe someone on Luminar are. You never know. I bet Snacks is the type of guy to wear a hat. And look at this. This is so cool from Veggie and Rollin. You can silent jump up there, but it's difficult and hit or miss. The little boost, I haven't seen that actually ever. That's really neat.
Yeah, innovative, right? I think that's what they've been doing. Unfortunate. Maybe a flash would have been nice there, guys. It's a bit of an off angle from Han, I suppose. Not expecting the AWP to be there. They do get punished for it. Something to learn from, right? We now kind of put the ball in their court with that scenario into the next round. Do they peek it? Do they, you know, flash? Do they smoke? They should learn from those mistakes. Wallbang's coming in. Not too far off from Han. He's on his own, but he's going to call for the rotations. Molly pushes him back completely, and he will have his good buddy Patrick move in, who's had some nice rounds on this B-bomb site, in all fairness. Still not fully committed, though, from Illuminar. They are at the top end. Okay, the execute going to come over, and I feel like they're going to follow up on this. Still will be difficult for them, but they have, at the very least, kept them at bay for a little bit of time. Quick boost coming in. Patrick on high. One crosses. Rollin gets him through the smoke. In comes Han as well through the smoke. Flash is perfect. Brilliant stuff from Fate here. Going to leave Mouse in the 1-on-5. Finds the first. The bomb dropped. His position known. Easier said than done here. Blocker trying to come in as well. The flash not necessarily clean. Will fall, and Mouse has found these first 2 kills without taking any damage. They've got to be careful here not to give him too many chances, but there's just not really enough time. They play it safe. They play it passive. Mouse can't peek into 3 at once. And Fate will get their second round. Nice little wallbang coming in. Oh my goodness, though. Mouse looking so good. Gets wallbanged in the back. The thing is, though, Keith, right, why we get a little bit hype about that. Fate win the round. It's all said and done, but it incredibly costly in the end. So Illuminar actually, well, Mouse actually doing a lot of damage, and therefore they opt to keep the pressure on. They're going to go for a force buy here, and they're going to try and knock Fate down while they have them on the ropes.
Money, money, money. That's what this is all about. Patrick, run over. Nikki, nade in, but the gun's picked up. Nikki needs a double, and he can't. Mouse lives on 11 HP, gets 2 of that Tech 9. He is using that thing like a rifle, and it is not fair. The spray from Blocker is beautiful. Now, there are M4s in play. Veggie and Mouse, both somewhat low. And Snacks with just a P250 set up in the banana post plant. He knows he has to get close CT and try to take a fight. Hide in the smoke, maybe. Take a risk. Mao's looking for a fight not to be. Snacks is still in the smoke. That might work. Veggie needs another nade. Baiting for Snacks. Tags up one. Blocker can't get it done. Or can he? As Snacks will come out through the smoke. Gets a diffuser. But there's a kit. But Blocker, no time. They've done it. Snacks' smoke play will pay off. Blocker gets 3 and Illuminar do it again, Scriv. How do they steal those rounds?
Too fast. Too fast, too furious, it seems. Fate cannot keep them at bay. This is beautiful stuff from Snacks as well. Feel like it still would have been awfully close on the defuse there anyway, but Fate, once again, not giving themselves enough time. I think they're a little too slow on these retakes. Need to be moving in more swiftly, more sure of themselves. And it has cost them a good couple of rounds, honestly. Or at the very least, chances at a good couple of rounds. It's hard to tell whether they'd lost the round or not, just off of the sheer numbers. But, I mean, if they had an extra 2 or 3 seconds, Blocker gets the defuse, right? So, yeah, I think maybe just moving a little faster. And that's something that we saw from Illuminar in a lot of the rounds where it came close on Mirage, right? And they were looking maybe down and out. They were able to just move instinctively, not have to ask any questions, not have to go, right, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Just saying, flashing, smoking this, and then the other 2 players know how to react off of that fact. So their protocols, their just core fundamentals are a lot sounder at the moment than Fate's. And I think it's really showing itself, and it is making most of the difference. Sure, the individuals look good, but Fate are showing in this game that they can fight back, they can bring it close. It's just those slightly nuanced decisions, slightly nuanced things and movements that are making, well, life hard for Fate ultimately.
towards Apps here. How is that fair from Mar? He somehow has been doing that all series long, and they're still down in numbers here. That's an opening pick that's gonna sting a little bit. It was just a Mac 10 from Veggie, but still, why do you gotta do him like that? Execute now from Illuminar. Flashes and everything else. Nice over. Innocent jumping out to make some space. Mar in little pit, but Harn has the AWP, and he's looking to pick them apart. Snacks has found one of the B players pushing, so they could elect to go arches. It's open. It's unheld. And that B player is pushing down. I bet Snacks communicates that. Look for them to look for the second B push. And there's Snacks doing just that. Just Patrick off timing, push. Here comes Nicky on the flash. Mao's not expecting it. The second player is there in Rollin. Now he's in a weird spot. He dared try to grab the AK, jiggling in case that B player is pushed. And with 18 seconds, force to go towards A Halls and save, or trying to get out towards A, and he does not like it. They're trying to save this AK. Will not be hunted by anyone other than Patrick. That's a third on the board. Rollin, run, close the door. Molly, run. He can't get away. At least he doesn't die after time. Definitely would like to save that one. Actually, did die after time. Excuse me. Ooh.
Ooh, indeed.
Ouch.
Tech pause coming in. Hopefully not going to be waiting too long. Nothing in the chats or anything to give us information on that just yet, so shouldn't be too major. Oh, there's someone looking up to the sky. That looks absolutely hilarious.
What's up there? Is there more CT rounds? Is our economy recovering? Can we come back?
It does just look like as well, right? Like he's
just looking for something.
Some kind of desperate like prayer. And the rest of the team are like, what is this guy doing? I don't.
What is he doing? Why is he?
Don't know
why
this
does
guy.
He always do this when we're down in rounds.
Oh god. But yeah, coming into this one, I feel like Illuminar definitely looking for an eco. It does make life a little difficult. Actually, Mal's buying up, so maybe they're going to force buy and try and even up the economy. With Rollin, of course, surviving after time. But yeah, I think I would have been a bigger fan of an eco here. They have a bit of like movement to work with, but like it's risky. It is risky in my opinion. I suppose the last time they force bought and they rushed that B-bomb site, it was very, very decisive for them. So maybe that is where some of the thought process comes from here. Ticks coming through. Round going to be back underway. And the action, well, about to go down once again, Keith. They are indeed fully going for it. Full send. Are they going to go B again? That is the question. I think I'm going to be maybe eating my words ever so slightly. I just think with one player not having anything available, it's going to be a really, really hard round here. But we'll see. Maybe they can find something. Maybe I will indeed eat my words. Nothing coming through as yet. Just a few shots ringing off. Wow, really playing with fire here, Blocker, my guy. Able to get away, but some early tags done early from Illuminar. And Veggie's made his way into the apartments. Could definitely do some big, big damage here if he peeks out at the right time. Little does he know there's two just outside the doorway watching for it. He's slowly but surely edging forwards. They're trying to bait a peek. They're trying to bait someone across to the left-hand side of middle. Maybe now gonna hard bait Rollin, who has nothing but a P250. Oh, flash coming in. They're able to stay safe away from it. Han holding the angle, trained on it. Molly going in, gonna push them forwards. Han slow on the uptake, peeks round, actually gets the collateral there, I believe. And Blocker will finish the kill off onto Veggie. Damage done. 5 on 3, just like that, and I don't think Illuminar will be finding any crazy shenanigans in this round.
Doesn't seem like it. Trying to bait out the shot from Harn. Actually gets the tag and baits the shot. Snacks. Finally being met with an opper, though. Harn breaks it out and is shutting down Inferno. That's what you love to see. Innocent with a deagle. Honestly, I need to be careful. I can't lose too many. If Nicky falls here, that's good damage, but no. Not to be. He's going to try to grab the M4 and pit. Successful. Illuminar, yeah, already at that 7 mark. So that's already kind of prime and pretty good for AT's side. Issue being now, they've put themselves in an economic hole where they're going to have to take a save here, buy into the next, right? Fate. Building that economy. Building themselves up for the rest of this half, are they, Scriv?
Mm-hmm.
And they're playing tic-tac-toe. Okay.
Okay.
Where's he gonna go? Oh, bottom big, risky. Yep, top right, no winner. Wait, he won in the corners. They didn't even celebrate. They let him win. That seemed, I don't know. I think that was to build his teammates' confidence up. That seemed all too easy for Mouse. Nikki, all the while, takes down Veggie. We can clearly see this is just a fun mess around round. What is... Rollins a foon! Add the music on top of that. He almost gets that Zeus. Okay, that round, we're just gonna swiftly move on. We're gonna move on to 13.
Forget about it.
Yeah, he won top right. Here we go. Yep. Yep. And he blocks bottom right, and he won. Yeah, he worked them.
Yeah.
Actually, I think that was Snacks. Destroyed.
Huge brain.
He can op, and he plays tic-tac-toe. All in the same
Yeah, I
go.
mean, not to take credit away from the guy. Tic-tac-toe, or noughts and crosses, as we call it over here. Again, another change in phraseology. I mean, it's like the first person that goes wins, right? Like, or should win or something.
Maybe.
Like it's a rigged game from the start. It's rigged from the start. So Snacks, you know, that's another smart play from him by going first, of course, being the dominant alpha male that he is. Anyway, moving into another rifle round here. Pretty key one for Fate to even things up. Lot of nade damage done early on here onto the T side, and there you go. Second one to follow up onto Innocent. Snacks, meanwhile, going to find Nikki, I believe, through the smoke, through the wood panel there, towards barrels. Looking for another. Oh, okay. Spots him out. Unfortunately, not going for the peak again, so not going to have the chance. Unlucky, but still a nice opening pick for both sides. Still feel like the advantage is with Fate, though.
Yeah. Agreed. Because look what ILLUMINAR have gained from that, right? Yeah, they get Hall's control, but they still have to get hard off. That's minus a smoke. One of their last smokes. They have one left. So, they're sitting really pretty. Rolling with the lurk smoke now knows there's a player in big pit. Not a problem. He understands. He gets it. He's going to try to creep with this smoke. Blocker. Caught reloading, but this Rollin smoke's going to start to fade. He's going to have to move. He's going to have to fight this pit player. Blocker spots him. Headshot clean. Do they clear for Mar in Ninja? They're spraying it. They're going to peek it. Veggie will peek it, and he wins it. ILLUMINAR finally breaking into this A site. No time to spare whatsoever. Bomb will go down. And Fate, they've built up a bank. And honestly, part of me wants them to commit purely based for kills. Like, posture around, you know, holding brackets. Maybe push down bottom banana, right? And hold mid. I don't know. Seems like it's the move. But they're not going to chase for economic. They're going to allow 8 to go ILLUMINAR's way. And allow them to keep those 3 guns.
Better safe than sorry, I think, in what could be the last map of the grand final for Fate. But ILLUMINAR, although it is coming a lot closer, Fate beating their rounds on Mirage, ILLUMINAR still a couple steps ahead. Able to keep them at the door, keep them at bay, keep them at arm's length, all that good stuff, right? No real sweat quite yet for ILLUMINAR. Maybe a little bit tepid, but nothing to worry about. Fate, though, looking to bring their A-game coming into this round. The buy is beautiful. Not sure why, again, we've got a couple players without kits where maybe they could have had them, but I suppose it is an area where they're trying to save a bit of cash. The banana control, the banana utility, once again, is absolutely sound. No one signed logs this round, though, so certainly learning their lesson. But look at all this chunk damage that's been done, honestly, making life a hell of a lot easier moving into the latter stages. Really good stuff coming in from Fate to soften them up early.
Really, really well done there from Fate. Good utility usage. They're getting out Illuminars in response, and they're taking very little damage for it, but they're able to make Illuminar a little worried as they push up here. Now, Snacks, one-shotable for them 4. Innocent, the exact same. That's what those nades are designed to do. And as Fate pull a third player over here towards B, perhaps a bit early to do so, Harden realizes, yeah, you know what? I think it is just a default time to reset. And that's the perfect timing. Rollin wanted to bait that smoke off. Gonna go ahead and get the lurk on top of hay bales. Immediate response to nades. Veggie, he's creeping. He's gonna walk up. What a peek from Blocker. The height advantage. A lot of pressure on Mouse now. If he finds the entry, they're gonna come his way, but he has to clear boost. Will he? He jiggles. He peeks. Patrick gets that shot right before he falls, and he knows what's coming. The rest of the Illuminar boys, what a pop flash from him, and Snacks has to go back to Rollin. Now, the win ratio for Rollin here against Mar, not great, not gonna happen. Snacks will save 10 seconds. Illuminar stuck at 8, and Fate getting the rounds on the CT side they need to. The key rounds they're starting to pick up. A little late as they've already allowed Illuminar to jump up to 8, but hey, better late than never.
Very, very true, sir. Really nice round coming in from Fate, though. They are starting to find themselves a little advantage here and there. Looking good. Looking very, very good indeed. They do prefer themselves that T side as well. So if they can make things as good as possible, as strong as possible going into the second half, it eases some of the pressure for them on their stronger T side. Innocent, I mean, he's dead to rights there. Went for a rush in, trying to catch them with utility out, but they're too fast for him. Molly up close, Molly slightly further down, so he's either dead to the fire or the bullets. He chose bullets. Slightly less painful, I suppose. Not that I would know. But 5-on-4. Early on, Fate really taking control this final round of the first half.
Control with nades, control with posture and weaponry. They have done all of that. And as Nikki and co set up in back sight, they may elect to boost Nikki. Yeah, they're going to boost Patrick, of course. He's going to go up right when the exit comes in. Great timing for the first, spraying on the second. Finally a trade from Rollin. They don't know Nikki's here, but he's not going to hide the fact that he's hiding. He's not going to be too shy. As he has the rotates coming in, nades aplenty. Snacks is going to have to go huge. He has to go battle op here. Make this sing. He gets the first rotator. Here in the CT, unfortunate timing, and there you have it. 8-7, Fate bring it back. That second CT half was beautiful, Scriv. And I mean, capital B, beautiful.
Yeah, really loving everything from Fate towards the tail end, right? Some great responses, late little boost. Mar finally getting the support that he needs. Keep an eye on him for the future. Maybe even in this game, as he has the potential to take over that T side. That's all he was asking for on Mirage. A bit more support from his boys. And as I have just said, Fate love the T side. This is where they typically pop off. ILLUMINAR still the favorites with the bookies, but less so. We'll see. Fate. One round in it. If they can get the pistol, it'd be a great start. The second round, the second half, sorry, holds so much weight. Grand final map 2 getting hot and heavy as they will rush up middle on the Fate side of things. USP shots are landing, but no frags as yet. Just jumping around the angles, making sure those headshots are hard to hit. Down goes Rallen quickly. Snacks, though, still here, looking good on the USP. Oh, Snacks. He's so crispy. He misses out on the fourth, and his teammate will die. The knife comes out. But Innocent denied the chance of the knife kill. Snacks, though, flashbacks to the Big Apple. You all know what I'm talking about. As he finally has himself a nice round on that USP. It may well be the very same one that pulled off the 1v5. Lovely stuff. Misses the easy one, of course, but, you know. Does his work. Stands strong. And Fate starting this second half from a bad spot. Looking good, though, here for Fate. They've gotten themselves some control coming in. Apartments may well be workable as they're going to try and rush in from short from apartments on the edge of the smoke, though. Snacks and Roland trying to hold things down here. They will do so indeed. Both staying alive as well. Perfect stuff. There's ILLUMINAR, the meat grinder. Stands strong. 10th round coming in for ILLUMINAR. They will continue to string them together and look very dominant early on into their CT side. Not much coming into this round from Fate either. A few upgraded pistols across the board, but you wouldn't expect too much from them. ILLUMINAR, I mean, have been doing really well in this series against force buys, so half buys should, in theory, be no trouble. Rush down middle as well. Really do like this. Getting aggressive, getting in their face. The MP9's looking to earn a bit of cash. Information coming in and keeping them at bay. Really containing them well early on as they've got the mid control. They've got the banana control. Second mid's still an area of contention, but MP9's looking clean. Blocker will take out Snacks. Looks like that's all they're going to find, though. Mar 1v4 with nothing but a dig. Gets himself an MP9. Maybe if he can get the $600 off the back of it would be very nice indeed, but then he needs to catch someone off guard because aim punch is a thing.
Ooh. Does he get any kills here?
Okay.
That's the important part, and he does get the one. All right. ILLUMINAR, though, built up that bank oh so early, haven't they, Scriv? Like, look how rich they are. Snacks up, not a worry. Full utility to back it up. This is a round Fate desperately need. I have an op and Harn themselves. And I think I'm looking at him to kind of pop off here, right? He's been quiet at times. The op finally coming to life here on Inferno. Opping on the T side can be difficult, but in grand finals, you've got to make sure every shot counts. And I believe he has some gas left in the tank. And as Blocker relieved a little bit of nade damage, he can now claim a Hall's control. Gonna have to wait for his teammate, however. And it looks like he doesn't want to. He is on a solo mission here, Scriv.
Behind enemy lines. Coming to you this summer, you know. Feels like that. Definitely a blockbuster moment here required from someone on the Fate side. Trying to fake things out on a utility being utilized, keeping the CTs here and a little confused, but the hit itself going to come in on that B-bomb site, right? The rotation's coming in very safe indeed, not making any noise in middle as they go back down second mid, through the crawl space, and over towards the B site. It's a double CT stack. That smoke is perfect. This one, not so much, as Veggie still going to be able to see over the top of it. Gets one, drops back. A lot of damage traded through that smoke onto Blocker as well. Rotations will come in. It's a man advantage for the CT side. A lot to work with. Nade damage to follow up. The bomb does go down, but it costs them an awful lot as they try and brute force their way into the B-bomb site. They will, of course, meet the immovable object that is the ILLUMINAR B defense. Quick boost up coming in. More damage through the smoke. Mar, though, great spot for him as the smoke dissipates. He could have a treat on the other side. It's not going to be the case, however. Push coming in. They are holding well on the Fate side of things. Still, though, that advantage, that man advantage making so much difference. Blocker has to go huge on the AWP. Not going to happen. And the defuse is coming in just in the nick of time. It's going to be awfully close here for Mouse, but he just gets it over the line. Goodness me, once again, Fate. Seconds, milliseconds even, making the difference there. And they can't defend strong enough. It will be another round for ILLUMINAR as they are now starting to really expand this lead, yet to drop around on the CT side.
Yeah, that's kind of how Mirage started to feel at some point, right? Looking invincible in their retakes. That one is close, the closest one we've had all series long, right there. Came down to the critical kills and trading out those last two banana players. Fate, loss bonus, bomb plant money, Scriv allows them to get these AKs right back into play without skipping a beat. Now they're gonna have to find a bit of a groove here along with the beat. Get an opening pick, execute, set strat, and break right into this because they're running out of time. ILLUMINAR, plenty of rounds for mistakes. Fate, not many remaining. And look at this, full trust Veggie to solo B. He spots a couple, he'll back up. And immediately that player that was gonna rotate to A could be on his way back in a moment.
Oh. Bursted in ahead of the utility. Like this from Fate. Catching ILLUMINAR off guard. Sure, no kills coming on. Keeping sightlines open, though, is very ballsy indeed. Particularly when Innocent is around. Picking up a double. Looking for a few more. He's left on 1 HP, though. Might just have to back away and trade spots with one of his comrades, but he's certainly done his work for this round. Great flashes coming in. Veggie, so many targets, too many targets even. Nikki left on 1 HP now. A mad round coming in. Fate have managed to get the bomb plant, but it's cost them 3 players. Make it 4, maybe all of them, unless Mark can stand strong. Broken spray down means that Miles can get in, take him out. Surviving with the bare minimum of 3. Getting the defuse nice and clean. Getting their 13th. Oh, stabbing their teammates by accident. Good job that wasn't Innocent. That would have been hilarious. But I like it from Fate, actually. It's a slightly unorthodox kind of take, right? Really quick front-facing smoke onto CT. Flash over the top. And then they try and take the fights early on with some open sightlines. But unfortunately, they just aren't on the same firepower level as ILLUMINAR at the minute.
Yeah, that's been the storyline. CT side firepower for ILLUMINAR for some reason steps up to that next level. Innocent, double off. You haven't seen this once. First time we're getting a sense of this. And is he going to be deadly? I'm not sure. His rifle game has been so good. Will the op step up to his level? Well, this A-hold is shaping up. Re-smoking towards halls, a flash all the while in towards brackets for Fate. Mar gonna make sure Rollin cannot creep behind that smoke. And the execute's coming in. Flash towards porch. Mar will lurk. Mouse and pit. Molly comes in, but he does get one. Snacks on sight. The hold with an op. No! Body by Nikki, the double entry. And now they know they own the site, and Veggie and Innocent want nothing to do with it. It's a yard sale, but nothing they really want, so they'll avoid it. They'll save their money. They'll save what they have. And Fate are still in it. They've kept ILLUMINAR off 14. They've saved their economy. It'll keep on rolling. It'll stay floating on the market. And ILLUMINAR have been halted, Scriv.
And now begins the journey of discontent here for Fate. They have got to fight back all the way up, well, to 13 at the very least before they drop another round, I would say. Definitely have to make it to like 11, 13, 11, and then you drop one. Immediately get the return, maybe demolish their economy. But it is not over yet. It's a nice round. It's a good round. You would maybe say if it was the first map of the series that it's a nice consolation, bit of confidence, etc., etc. But of course, that is not the case coming into this here. Do or die for Fate. And I mean, that is massively the case, particularly if they lose this one. Their economy cannot handle it. And ILLUMINAR are in a great, great spot to shut them down, and they know it. That's why the pause is called. They will look to figure things out going into this next round, and they really do need to, because they themselves starting to feel the burn financially. But money doesn't matter so much. It all comes down to finding those kills, hitting the headies, and perfecting your executes. Fate, the ball is in your court. What is your answer?
They took a little huddle. They discussed what they'd like to do. Utility aplenty, of course, as they look to get closer and closer to double digits. They're gonna allow this player to peek, and Veggie gets removed. Harn, just safe. Does exactly what Snacks did on that T side, just waiting, right? Posting on that banana, allowing the initial utility to come in with no harm, no foul to them, and then they get that free pick in return. Beautiful stuff from Harn there. Reads the entire round from start to then the opening pick, and Rollin. Oh, he is taking a risk. If he pushes now, he catches block with a flash. He'll hear it go off, he'll avoid it, he's just gonna live. He's hoping they don't run into him. And Mal's playing close into Boiler, spraying wildly, setting Rollin up as Innocent comes in from Arch with a triple spray with the M4S and make it one more with the AK. Innocent is dialed in again. He's a little quiet, but that round, it only takes 1 or 2 rounds like that from a player, and all is forgiven. ILLUMINAR to 14.
One to watch, my dude. One to watch for sure. He has indeed been quieter here on Inferno than he was on Mirage, but a huge round. Perhaps the biggest round of the series so far. And that might just have sealed the deal. Fate on the back foot. Sure, they have a bye, but it is bare bones. And their confidence going to be knocked severely. A great start to the round. Looking very good. I had said they needed to string at least 3 or 4 more off the back of that one round, and they don't get a single one. ILLUMINAR destroying their hopes and dreams. Well, I say ILLUMINAR. Of course, I mean Innocent. And in that round, he is not a villain. A huge villain to Fate. And we'll see how they respond coming into round number 23. Now it's even more pressure, even more need to succeed. And it left. They've worked up Banana, got good utility remaining, not as much as they would like, maybe not the mollies that they would like, but the smokes at the very least. One going over the top to try and bait the ILLUMINAR utility, but they are not moving. They want you to come in. They want the fight. There you go. There's the Molotov they were waiting for. Gonna wait patiently, 8 seconds or so before they move forwards. Mar will look to cut off the rotations. Oh, and the double smokes they're gonna have to run through here. This is going to be tough. They've got to go as well. 25 seconds, Innocent. Fluffs the spray down. Veggie also falls. Not a single kill coming in for ILLUMINAR, and I think immediately they might just look to save. So Fate, indeed, keeping them away from 15. Mar will fall. But no real cash across the board. There's a couple rich players, but, well, Fate have done it again. Keeping the devil from the door. As ILLUMINAR will wait patiently and give it another go in the next round.
No hunting to be had. No big game hunter. Just playing at CSGO. Harn hoping someone peeks. Getting a little bored. But yeah, Fate jump up to 9. They have to keep ILLUMINAR off 15. Probably until they get to at least 12, 13, right? Build up that confidence. Build up that trust in your system. Because as soon as ILLUMINAR hit 15, you're gonna feel it. It's definitely gonna be a bit of a change in your game. Even if you say it won't affect you, always does. Snacks still with that op. Drops to a teammate. Rollin, Innocent, Snacks still have money. What does that mean? Well, lost bonus. If they lose this, they'll buy next again. So Fate. Out of the fire, into the pan. Definitely have a lot to get done. Early default split. Passive. Again, baiting that utility in towards Banana, not taking any damage for it. That's been a big change from ILLUMINAR to Fate's T sides. Fate's taking Banana a bit slow, but still getting the same control. Honestly, had a better timing than ILLUMINAR were. They could catch this player off guard. Innocent, it's a pop play in towards B. He has to dip. Can Veggie hold his own? Innocent and Veggie, one apiece. No CT smoke yet. And that molly from Veggie is going to force him up and around. He gets caught reloading. Snacks, does he know where the plant's going down? He has a feeling, does not want to pull the trigger. And now the retake's in full effect.
With a man advantage, though. Mar going to try and make the difference in the middle. Oh, but he runs straight past Rollin, who also had his knife out. Maybe if he had his gun, maybe if he had gone for the check, he was trying to go for a quick flank to try and make a difference. Leaving it all down to Nikki and now all down to Harn to keep them away from 15. Smoke comes in, he's on the orb, the defuse coming through. He's going to try and run in with his knife, desperate to deny it, but can't. And ILLUMINAR will hit the 15th. 6 rounds to do it. Map series championship point for ILLUMINAR looming on the horizon. Fate do have the cash here, Keith, but it's going to be tough.
Tough indeed. AKs, Galil for Patrick. This is it. Tournament series point. The difference of thousands as Rollin down mid, opening pick for ILLUMINAR. Can he get a second from here? No. Well punished. Snack splits the difference right in between those two players. And now Fate can reset. Veggie alone again, jump spawning towards Banana. Seen him do this before. And as he spots these players, he knows they're going to be in hot pursuit. Sticks around a bit too long for my liking. Has to drop the smoke, and they're giving chase. They are hunting him down. They want to find Veggie. A smoke in CT, but Veggie finds a way. Back fountain, now tucks back quad. Can the help get here in time? No. It's a retake. 3v3 again, but the HP favors ILLUMINAR.
Ooh, so close on the spray down through the smoke. Innocent not quite able to find it. Doable for both squads here. So hard to tell who will take it. Smokes have dissipated. Just a few AWP shots ringing out. Mouse creeping in, checking angles, playing patiently. One in Banana loses the fight. That's massive. Innocent as well gives his position away somewhat. Snacks will find Han. Oh, an Innocent coming in to take out Nikki. It's all on Tamar to keep them alive. They're both so very low. The bomb ticking away. Snacks creeping in will take him down. Is there enough time for the defuse, though? That's the real question. I think it is going to be so close, and he just takes it over the line. If that does not sum up how that series went for Fate, unlucky does not even begin to describe Fate's fate in that series, to be honest with you. But ILLUMINAR, of course,